Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's all fantastic and wonderful. As some of you have pointed out, I'm having some audio issues yet again. And I don't know at this point what part of the system has failed. So today I'm running both camera audio and I have the audio recorder going, so that between these two sources we should have at least one piece of clean audio. Yesterday I noticed that the microphone went stupid when I tapped the table. So I'm assuming it's something to do with either the microphone or the little soundboard that I bought a couple of years ago now. I think it was 2019, like the fall of 2019. So it's been about exactly 2 years since I upgraded to that. And actually, Monday's episode, I had to re-record that whole episode because the last half of it, I must have touched the table, was that weird noise. So I don't know what's happening. Jonathan asked yesterday if we need to set up a fundraiser. I don't know. This camera is 6 years old now, and it's really showing its age. And I've been seriously contemplating an upgrade. The M50 is the better version of this. This is an M3, EOS M3. The M50 is a better version. It's currently $600 for just the body. I don't need lenses because I've already bought lenses for this camera, so the lenses would work. But $600 is quite a bit to chew off. Quite a bite. That's a big bite, is what I meant to say. This is a BM800 microphone, like a generic microphone. I believe that the 800 series cardioid condenser that's in here is a pretty tried and true mic. And I actually love this microphone. I don't know that it's the issue. I'm going to wiggle cables now, so we can at least try to figure out maybe it's this cable. I mean, this cable is just as old as the show. This microphone setup I bought when I first started this. And I used to run this off of just a little phantom power box through the camera. And back then I was using Adobe's Premiere Pro software, which had a pretty decent noise filter. So with this mic not being an excellent mic and a kind of dirty phantom power source, the camera got a lot of hiss. And Premiere Pro was able to clean that up. So if you go back and watch older videos, like more than a couple of years ago, you might notice that the audio sounds a little tin can, and that's because I was cleaning it up with Premiere Pro. Well, last year, or in 2019, I switched to Shotcut. I decided to not pay the $40 a month or whatever Premiere Pro was, and I went with an open source solution. And I absolutely love Shotcut. I really, really like it as an editing software. It works really well, and it does exactly what I need to do, which is kind of the bare minimum. The only problem is it doesn't have audio cleanup options. So I had a couple of options. I could record with my setup. I could export the audio separately, clean it up with Audacity, re-import it, match it all up. And I think we had the discussion back then that anytime something like that, when this creation becomes, when anything gets in the way, when even the smallest inconvenience makes me not want to do it. And part of the reason I've been able to do this show for 6 years is because it doesn't get in the way. I turn the camera on, I talk, I go upstairs, I cut the beginning, I cut the end, I slap on some overlays, do some gain volume adjustments for the intro and outro, and that's all I have to do. If there's more steps, it's going to drag on me, and I'm going to be eh. So 2 years ago, when I switched to Shotcut, I couldn't have that audio hiss. I decided to completely override the camera's preamp. We're not using the camera's preamp at all, and I bought this Behringer 500 series microphone preamp, 5-channel preamp. It might be the problem. It is... I apparently dropped something on it at some point, and so the XLR input is bent. It could be the issue. I've looked. The only problem is that model is currently completely out of stock everywhere. I haven't been able to find it anywhere. So I've been looking at other options. Behringer does make a single channel microphone preamp that is tube-based, which if you've ever listened to tube vacuum tube audio sounds really good. The only problem is I don't know if that tube would survive very long in this workshop. And I couldn't put it inside of something to protect it from the dust. Part of the reason this setup has worked so good is because it's not good. It's kind of like and the stuff tends to not be so susceptible to dust issues. Plus, if this was a $500 microphone sitting here and I'm, this thing has been hit before by tools, by wood, whatever, I don't feel as bad as if I'm, have like a $500 Shure sitting here that I'm trying to work with. So, to answer you, Jonathan, I currently don't have the funds to purchase an all-new audio setup. I also don't know what that looks like yet. I haven't decided what that looks like. Em has told me she would buy me a new camera. I don't know if I'm going to take advantage of that offer yet or not. We'll see. This one is definitely showing its age, but I don't think it's the issue. From yesterday's video, I noticed that touching this table made the stupid sounds, so I'm assuming it's something with this wiring, or it could even be with the power supply I have running to the table, which is literally just an extension cord and a little power strip. That could be part of the issue. So I don't know. I am working on it, and I'll figure it out. And if I have to, for now, we'll use the lav mic. It's a little bit annoying, and I don't think it sounds nearly as good as this microphone with the preamp, but it'll work. So that's where we're at. Let me know if you have any suggestions. I've been trying to research preamps for a while. All of them are, well, not all of them, the vast majority of them are USB based. I don't need a USB preamp. I'm recording straight into a camera. I have no desire to record on my laptop. It's not, I don't own a personal laptop that would be able to do that. So there you go. Thank you though for letting me know that I'm having audio issues, because sometimes I don't catch these things. I don't listen to these. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is glean. It is a verb meaning to discover or learn slowly and deliberately. Bentley gleaned from the drop in Ferrari sales that a looming recession even had some of his social contacts feeling nervous. Glean, G-L-E-A-N. Learn slowly and deliberately. I feel like that's what we're doing with this book. It's going to take us 1,200 episodes to get through the whole book. We're learning words slowly and deliberately.